Hi, my name is Marielle, and I did my presentation on Week 2, Section 4, The Social Production of News. I really enjoyed this reading because it made me have a different outlook on how the news is perceived and portrayed. The news media is capitalist-owned, meaning there is basically a monopoly on the news, affecting its decisions on what is broadcasted. Many medias believe that we as a society have the same opinions because we share a common culture, but that is not the case. Many different social groups have opinions of their own and can think what they want about stories on the news. However, the media wants to represent the same ideologies to everyone. The media also has their way of mapping their agenda, where they are putting the basic talking points that the ruling class want out in the news. The political institutions are supposed to allow both political parties access to their own points of view, but instead it is up to the ruling class what is presented to the people. The first term that intersected with race, gender, and class from this reading was ideology. Ideology is the beliefs and ideas of a social group that try to influence other people to accept their narrative. This related to race, gender, and class because certain groups will try to make a group of people seem more dominant than the other. Examples of ideologies include liberalism, communism, and conservatism. Each of these have their own political views and try to fit their own ideologies by responding to news events in certain ways. My next term is credibility of hierarchy. This means that people of higher status who state their opinion are more likely to be heard. The next term that I learned was primary definers that goes hand in hand with credibility of hierarchy. A primary definer is a person of high status who states their opinion on a topic that is controversial. If the public sees someone of high power stating their opinion, they may be more likely to side with them and form their opinions based on theirs. A primary definer relates to class because they are of higher class and can influence the other classes in society. It targets the audience by making them assume the explanations and how to understand the events on the news. One argument that I agreed with was the idea of primary definers. If someone saw a celebrity discussing a topic such as climate change to their viewers, they are more likely to side with that person because of their higher status. This is why a lot of times they have celebrities pushing agendas to get their message across. These are two examples of primary definers. Ian Somerhalder is an actor, and he displays his views on climate change, and Kanye West displays his political views. One argument I disagreed with was that the news always maps out in advance what they're going to display to society. I believe that some things are spontaneous that are broadcasted that they think the public should know about in that particular moment. In these two media clip examples, CNN discusses the severity of the Omicron variant and the number of people affected in a fearful way. On the other hand, Fox News points out how the other channels are fear messaging and how the Omicron variant is mild in severity. Both of these news channels try to fit their narrative by stating their ideologies to their viewers. One believes strongly in masks and vaccine mandates, and the others not so much. Again, this relates to class because the ruling class in both of these media examples are trying to display their own viewpoints on their audience. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.